Clan fans, it's an honor and a pleasure. I'm pretty excited to have you heard the first episode of our new podcast, Murph alongside the one and only Mitchell heard. So have you heard? Let's talk about that. Like, we're going to have some fun this season. We're going to try and do this every couple of weeks because you're pretty busy playing hockey and I'm pretty busy calling the games. So we're going to try and fit it in, but we're going to talk about life. We're going to talk about sports. We're going to talk about hockey, of course. Are you excited? Because this is something you and I have been kind of cooking up for a little while.
Yeah, it's just something, Murph, I've been wanting to do for a long time coming. It's a vision of mine and sights, and a couple other things that are exciting going on. I originally started a company called Heard That We Help. It's a nonprofit company. We started in the U.S. originally. We're working our way to Canada now. Originally, we started with T-shirts, selling my celebratory celebration that came from the fans in a silhouette T-shirt that was made, and it came a vision to life, and this is the continuing story of it.
And we're going to talk about lots of stuff around that. There's a skills academy. Talk about some of the little things that you want to do to give back, Mitch.
Yeah, so to extend on that, we started a Heard That Hockey business with my co-partner Jessie Bella and I. She's an ex-pro female hockey player back home in Canada. Shout out to her. Couldn't do it without her. It's been an amazing process for both of us, learning the administrative side, the hockey side, working with people, working with families, and just bringing the community together, and all with the same common goal of getting better, being a better person, a better athlete, and excelling in those areas.
And general well-being. We just had a really interesting few hours there with the clan induction day and the chaplaincy service, all these sort of things around the team to promote well-being, not necessarily pushing religion, but if you need to talk to someone, and it's important, isn't it, to have that sort of avenue, and you're doing it with your endeavors. But it's also good to see the clan extending the medical team, extending the well-being team.
Yeah, absolutely. Any support that we can get, having this crazy, busy, demanding career that we live, is any support goes a long way, whether it's, like you said, the doctors, the teams, the coaches. I think expanding on that it helps us reach out more in an easier way, a healthier way, feeling more accepted, and with more love and compassion.
100%. We talked a little bit about that in there, about kindness, right? Be kind to each other. It's a long season. Welcome to the new people. Welcome back to the returning players. Is there a good buzz? Because I watched training this morning. It felt more like November, practicing for a big derby game. It didn't feel like day two. Like, there was a buzz out there. It was a bit physical. It was a bit gnarly. Was it a good first few days here?
Yeah, I think typically, you're on your toes, and you're walking on eggshells, and you don't know what to expect and what to do and what to say. You don't know the drills. You don't know the schedule. I think having all that in place and a routine beforehand coming in definitely helps the guys feel more comfortable. They're able to be their self and not go outside of who they are and worry about that kind of thing.
I mean, we've had a few little setbacks here, guys that have maybe an opportunity or maybe a family issue or personal issue and aren't able to come now. But that's given us an opportunity to bring in two new players that were announced Monday. Like, it's an opportunity. Things happen for a reason sometimes, I feel. And I think we've talked off camera a little bit. Sometimes you just got to roll with the punches and try and do your best. And I think that the two new players, Langen and Teppo, coming in, that's a good opportunity for them to come and now be a part of what we're doing here.
It sucks seeing guys leave. You bring them in, they don't come. You have, the fan side of it, and they're, they think too far ahead. We've got 6 weeks until training camp. I think it's a huge process. Not only do we lose those guys, like, you got to think of games where you're going to lose the guys to injuries, guys to sickness, guys to family issues. It's more of a marathon. It's not a sprint. We're not trying to win a championship this weekend. We're not trying to win it at Christmas. We got to build and build and build and play the right way with the right people at the right time. So I think that is it's a mentality I think us, the fans, and everyone have to have. We could start the season off 10-0, and then you're going to think, oh, like, we're going to win it all. Where, no, it's a long year. It's up and down. It's at the right time where you got to be playing the right way.
You have to trust the process, don't you? It's not like Corey's sitting back when someone says, I can't come now because of whatever reason. And everyone has their own right, with GDPR and stuff. We're not going to talk too much about why someone can't come now. It could be family reasons, could be whatever. But you have to trust the process. Corey's not then sitting around going, I won't do anything. He's actively going and looking for plan A, plan B, plan C. And that's exciting too, because this is a time of year where maybe guys are expecting AHL deals, or maybe they're thinking about the coast. And then all of a sudden there's an opportunity. Corey gives your agent a call. I mean, you could find a diamond in the rough. You could find one of the best players that we've signed maybe ever. So you had to trust the process.
That's right. Definitely, one door closes, 5 or 6 more open. Like I said, you said earlier, timing's everything. A big believer of that, and everything does happen for a reason. So those players coming in, obviously, we wish them best of luck. They're moving on to some good things and some real life things, and that's important too. And we respect them, and we wish them all the best.
It's important here because of the core, right? Like your good buddy Sid, your line mate. You guys went through the wars last year. We were so close to getting to that playoff final weekend. Rylan Schwartz, Saigo. There's a lot of the returning veteran core, and that's really good that Corey can build around that. So if someone can't come, then, like you said, sliding doors moment, someone else's opportunity comes in. But the core is here, and that's keenly important, isn't it?
Yeah, I think early on that's shown big time with the leadership group and the captains. Just with little things around the room, around the rink, around the city. There's a lot less guys not knowing what to do. There's more guys helping their hand, telling them what to do, where to go. So I think that's the biggest difference from last year, and just everyone's a little more comfortable, a little more their self, and that's what we want here. We want everyone to be able to play their best and do their best, and the only way to do that is to be happy and to be yourself.
I know you were really happy to know that the ice was going down early here, so you could be in your own stall, in your own hot tub, or on your own massage table with the physio, the new physios and stuff. How important is that the ice went down earlier, a little bit more of a commitment to getting that done? The new ice plant is in, and not having to go to Oak and Harvey. No disrespect, they were great hosts to us last year. But to be in your own building, especially for those new guys, to get settled in and comfortable right away at Braehead Arena.
Yeah, it's a game changer. It's a pro feel. Of course, you got to do what you got to do, and you adapt or die. We did what we had to do, and we learned from it, and we're fixing those. They're not even mistakes, but we're fixing those little things, those little tweaks that to make us feel better and feel more pro, and to be the best we can when we're on the ice. And I think it just takes stress away from our mind, and we're worrying about just the hockey and not all the noise behind. So I think that's very important.
Kieran and the ice techs did a great job. How is the ice after day 2? Can you notice a difference from the temporary plant last year to the new ice plant and the ice, even after just 2 skates?
Yeah, to be honest, day 1 was a little rough. I think it was a little too wet than they expected. Just the moisture in the air too was a little.
It's been unseasonably warm here. It won't continue. The sun will disappear for the next 8 months.
I think we brought the sunshine from Canada because I haven't seen any sun until I got here. So that's been lovely. Honestly, it's almost been too hot, but we won't say that. But yeah, it's been great. It's been great having everybody on the same page. Yeah, just less stress, lots of less stress.
Because I watched practice when it looked like the ice was good. So like even overnight and changing that with the humidity better on day 2.
Yeah, day 2, from day 1 to 2 was a big difference. And we also have we got the new equipment guy, all that stuff. So there's a lot of things that, need to be tweaked, and we'll figure it out. We're a family in here. We got everybody, pulling the rope the same way, and everyone's looking out for each other. It feels that way here. So it's exciting.
Were the guys happy? Because I know last year during the induction, the owner, Michael O'Rourke, wasn't able to be here on the induction, but he sneakily snuck in the last few days, and he's been going, oh, that's Mitch, and I'm saying that's the new goalie. So he's taking it all in and learning himself as the owner. Was it nice to have him at the induction? I mean, he was happy to see everyone and happy to get going.
Yeah, again, it's nice to put the names to faces, and once you know the people and know the names, and you realize how much comfortable you're coming without oh, what's his name, or what's her name, or what's his name. You know their name, they're friendly. I feel like you should never walk by someone without introducing, especially if you haven't met each other. You should introduce yourself, get to know each other. Even if it's just something little, knowing something about someone, it goes a long way. It can make their day feel better. It's, it's how you're approaching people, ordering food or holding the door or things like that. So I think just like we touched in there in our team meeting is just being kind to each other and helping each other.
I can tell. I've known Michael a long time, and Mickey O'Rourke is pretty excited about this group, and excited that Corey's reacted quickly to some adversity here to get new guys in, but also excited to see you guys skate in this arena and perform so well in the morning skate. I mean, Ricard Yarushek, I remember him because we used to do the Spengler Cup on Premier Sports and Free Sports. So I've called games with Ricard Yarushek. Teppo, I've called games in the Champions Hockey League with him. So it's a small world sometimes. But it's a lovely world, isn't it? I just spoke with Mr. Yarushek there. He's got 2 young kids, and I asked him if he's settled in. And it goes around, like you said, about being kind, but also being interested. Like I said, man, I saw you play in the Spengler Cup. How cool is that? He goes, that really is cool. And I told him where I'm from in Newfoundland. So from Newfoundland to Dublin to being here in Glasgow, and he played in Cladno with Sid. So like it's again that sliding doors moment, and he's a beast.
He's a beast.
Like he cannot be stripped of the puck when he decides to drop the shoulder and go to the net. Were you like wow?
Yeah, when I knew he was big, and then like I'm a big dude, and I saw him, I was like, okay, he's making me feel a little small. Like, this is what we need, you know, like an up and down north south. He's gonna definitely work his nuts off the entire time. We know that, you know, that's exactly what you're gonna get from him. He'll run through a wall for anybody in here, and that's, you know, we're on day 2, and you can see that in his eyes, in his game, and in his passion for the game, right? So
well, and it's interesting that Sid was like, this guy could really, like, obviously Corey was talking to the agent, and Sid said, well, obviously I play with him, and like this guy is exactly what we probably need to go to the danger area, go to the greasy area. And so we're seeing it on day 2. That's pretty exciting, that what it's going to be like when we really drop the puck for real in September.
Yeah, and just like you said, like you've seen them on the video and stuff, it's the same thing in here. You know, we see guys sign, we instantly check where they played, or, oh, I've played with him 5 years ago, played against him, he's this, he's that. And then instantly you guys, you know, you create that bond to go to war together, which we're going to do. And it's a cool thing to see.
When you look around the room and you talk about that, we were just talking off camera a bit. Sammy Itakallio, you said he's a stud. We did it on the Clan Sheet. You're like, he is a stud. I played against him first year pro. I played with him, played against him. You told me a little bit of an interesting story about his gear as a younger guy. He had all sorts of interesting artwork and stuff.
Yeah, back in, I would have been Lake Erie, we started together in our entry levels with the Avalanche, and he always had the Joker on his mask, inside his stuff. And I mean, I'm a big fan of the Batman series too, so I thought it was cool. And, you know, it kind of have that personality of like, you know, he can flip at any time, and, you know, he's going to flip his switch when he's on or when he's off. And I kind of like that about him. And you got to keeps you on your toes, and he's competitive. He's relentless, and he wants to win. And obviously that's what we want to do here. And we're glad to have him.
And now he's got a buddy that, you know, Michele Teppo's going to come in here. They're going to be speaking Finnish and trying to wind you up. It's a nice, right? And you know, the French guys, you know, Hugo Waugh and Felix Sacat, Paré, they're going to do their little bit. They're speaking French, but it does seem like a good group. And like you said, even the new guys on day 2 seem to have just blended right in.
Yeah, and that's what we're looking for, right? Build that family bond right away. We want everyone feeling themselves comfortable in their skin, and like we talked about earlier, having them, you know, perform at their best and not having to worry about little things and things that are going to distress you for no reason. And I think it's great. Everyone's got a piece of home in here, and we're just trying to make that home now just one big home.
It's cool too, because I was talking to Sidoroff about his dog Shooter, and my son met Shooter by chance and has been driving me bananas for a puppy ever since, and we've had to relent. There's a whole I'm going to ask Santa Claus component to it also. We've got a puppy at home, but it's nice because of Sid. So forever I'll remember that we have this dog for a decade because I met Sidoroff's dog with my son on a chance meeting. So it is, I think the hockey world is lovely. And the reason we wanted to do this is because you're doing so much off the ice with, like you said, the Skills Academy and trying to give back. And the merch is coming. Like, I don't know if people know, but there's some pretty cool stuff that we're going to be. We're going to be wearing it in further episodes. We're going to maybe have it behind us in the lounge or maybe even here. But talk about that, because I know you're pretty excited and proud of that.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Fashion and clothing and that kind of stuff has been a passion I've had outside of hockey. And starting the foundation with the nonprofit, we created a t-shirt with the celebration, and we ended up selling 700 of them in about 3-4 months. So it was kind of a shock, and to see how much money we could raise. And then we donated the money, and from there we just kept making merch, and it was incredible. So we started community events. We partnered with local restaurants, and we did some golf tournaments and little things like that. After that, we started delivering gear to kids that were, they would write their stories into us, and kids that were less unfortunate or had fires in their house, and we would fill up the gear, what they needed, bring it to their house, kind of like the stories you see in the NHL. It's one of those things that, for me, I grew up I grew up with 2 sisters. I'm the middle child, but a lot of brothers and sisters. My mom did daycare, still does to this day. Bless her soul. So I'm a big kid person. That hits home for me. So that was the reason behind it. And now the merch is just coming together. I mean, with the logo and the celebration and the way the fans feed off it, and um, it's almost the fans created it rather than I did. It's just me putting the vision out there, and I'm so thankful for it, and I'm looking forward to releasing it. And I know people have been asking and asking and asking, and I don't really answer them because I don't want to give it away, but
Yeah, wait till the big reveal.
it's coming soon.
Yeah.
I won't reveal what it says, what it's going to look like, but um, it's going to be exciting, and I can't wait.
Opposition fans know, let's be honest, you're bloody well tough as a night in jail. You're hard to play against. And when you get in that zone, look out. We were talking about the playoff game last year where they didn't know whether to back off and let you shoot or get out of the way because you're going to run them over. But you've got a big heart. You just talked about kids there. And you and I have talked about kids a lot because we have a daughter in similar age. And we talked about like gymnastics. And I'm talking about my daughter in dancing. It's really important to you to give back to kids. And I think that the Purple Army, there's kids that come down to the glass and want to see you. That's got to be a nice feeling too, because you know you're making a difference when you're making a kid's day.
Yeah, I think as a kid, in those moments, even I've lived through them, going down the glass, going to junior hockey games. It's something you do as a kid in Canada, and now that I'm able to be on the other side of it, it's special to me because I know the feeling that the kid's having. I know it. I've had it myself. So yeah, it definitely hits home.
And it's important, right? Because I think it's interesting because a few years ago when I was doing a lot more of the TV stuff, a parent reached out to me and there was a catchphrase I used to do on a goal or something. I don't remember, but the kid was in hospital and said, like, can you just send a video of that catchphrase just to cheer the kid up? And I didn't realize that you could make someone's day with something so simple. That took me 20 seconds. And she texted me later and said, like, that really brightened his day. And so you've got that vibe going on where you're like, man, if it costs a puck or if I have a stick that I can give to a kid, that's really important because like hockey, we're really lucky. You guys more so. I'm not a player anymore, but like you guys can make a kid's day with just 5 seconds. Stop, fist bump, sign a hat or whatever. And you really do live that, don't you? Like you try your best to do that.
Yeah, I do. I definitely do. I think I was raised that way to do that. And I think sometimes maybe there's some things that maybe you lack in your life that maybe that'll help you, have a better day or make you learn and grow as a person. And I think that's the message behind it for me is everyone needs love and any way they can get it. Small, large, big hug, little hug. I think just doing the little thing and going out of your way for them is just going to make them happier and live a better life.
Important words, important message, but he's still tough as a night in jail and is not going to be soft on any road trip or any homestand this coming season. I was looking over at the clock there and I just realized the clock is not working. So I don't know how long we're talking for, which is a really good sign.
Yeah, I did that all morning.
Yeah, I'm looking going, I don't know how long. But the important thing is we're going to start doing this as and when. We're going to hope for a couple of months, maybe bi-weekly. You're busy. But I've really enjoyed it. And we're going to get into some pretty cool things because once the NHL starts, we're going to have a lot to talk. We talked about Mitch Marner and 96 sheets. I mean, like hockey as a sport, and the NHLers at the Olympics.
Yep.
I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff coming up for hockey and hockey fans, but I think the most important thing is that we've got a cook in here in Glasgow. We've got the right guys back. Big Mac is sitting over there. He was just saying how stinky his pads were, and he had to get new pads. He's going to do a little promo for us. Now, it really is a family, and I'm so delighted that Mickey was here, the owner. I'm so delighted that Russ welcomed everyone, the new players, and welcomed back the old players. So it's moving in the right direction. Everyone's pulling on the same rope, and I'm going to look forward to these chats every couple of weeks, big boy.
Absolutely. Yeah. Be you and have fun. Heard that, baby.